Welcome, guys. This is Akshat from Tech Kindle, and we have the iPhone 4S with us, and we are going to review whether it is still worth it. And this is how it looks. This is a 5-year-old phone that I've been using, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. The original jet black, if I must say. Now, moving on, we have an 8 megapixel camera here with HDR, and this is the shooter that I'm just going to show you. I've been clicking around some shots recently. Here are some of them. And the camera performance right now is pretty decent as to today's standard. It was one of the best cameras in the day that it launched. These are some low light shots and the performance is pretty bad. Now moving on, we'll be having an app test. So
Okay guys, so I have the iPhone 4S here and I have some applications installed and now I'm going to do an application speed test. So we'll start off by opening mail. Now as you can see this is very slow right now because this is a 5-year-old phone, and if you proceed to use Google Maps it's already very obsolete. As you can see the app is taking enormous amounts of time to open. Now just for the fun of it I'm going to compare my iPhone 7 Plus with this device in the section of games. So here I have it, and now I'll be opening Goat Simulator on both of these devices simultaneously. So 3, 2, 1, go. Now I messed up a bit on the 7 Plus part, but still you can see the 4S is way behind it with with the 7 Plus already loading it and ready to play. Now the 4S is still loading and it's still loading surprisingly. So this gives you an idea as to how slow the 4S has become in terms of gaming performances, but you can count on it for many other games. But let's see about the Goat Simulator. So it's still loading. Now I'll just skip this part up to let you know. 4S has finally loaded the app and now we are going to compare the graphic performances of both the devices. So I'll just click on the play button, and as you can see the 7 Plus has already loaded it without any hassle or frames drop. Now just for the fun of it, to compare the graphic performance I'll just do this and we'll notice the difference instantaneously. Now the 4S has also loaded the app, so let me just go and do the same thing that I just did on the 7 Plus. So as you can see there are frame drops on the 4S as there is stutter and it cannot handle such a graphic intensive game such as Goat Simulator, while the 7 Plus oozes through it. It's buttery smooth. Now this will give you an idea as to how you cannot play heavy graphic intensive games on the 4S. If you are a gamer, this is definitely not the phone for you right now. So now we are going to skip to another game that I have downloaded, which is called Hitman Sniper, and as you can see the stutter there also. So I'm just going to go ahead and launch both on both of these devices. Now both of them are okay. The 7 Plus has moved forward. Now obviously since the 4S is a 5-year-old phone and the 7 Plus is the latest iPhone, there will be differences, but this is just to give you an idea as to how forward we have come in terms of gaming performance in just a few years. So I'll just click continue. So the 4S is still stuck on your made with Unity loading screen, and okay, now it's done. So this gives you an idea as to how obsolete the 4S has become in terms of gaming, but it's still surprising that it supports a 5-year-old supports graphic intensive games like Hitman Sniper. I think it would be of no use to go and actually play the game, but this was to give you an idea as to how the loading speeds vary and how obsolete the 4S has become. So now moving on, uh, we have the 7 Plus and the 4S. So one more app test that I would like to do is between opening the Pokédex. So we'll click on it both on the same time. And as you can see, the 7 Plus loads it instantaneously while the 4S is still struggling. Now, if we move on, I like to show you that maybe the 4S cannot handle graphic intensive games, but it's still good to play heavy, low graphic performance games like Temple Run. So obviously the 7 Plus loads it quicker, but the 4S is no slouch in this. And okay, so I had a game session going on already. So if we click on the play button, as you can see the 4S almost handles it buttery smooth too, and there's no lag or stutter being observed here. It's the Temple Run plays smoothly, and you can also expect many other classics to be just as smooth. And so yeah, that's it. The 4S can handle light gaming pretty good, and it cannot handle the heavy gaming at all. Now moving on to the browser test, both of these devices are connected to the same Wi-Fi network, and we'll try to load the website called The Verge. So I'll just type it in here. So I click on it on the same time, and we'll see who loads it faster and how the browsing performance is on the 4S. So the 7 Plus was pretty darn quick on that one, but the 4S was not too behind with it. Uh, work, the website is fully functional on both, and I would like to say that the 4S is performing very good on the browser test. So we'll load an article. So the 7 Plus again obviously wins, but the 4S is performing nicely on this one because it's a 5-year-old phone after all, and it's still going strong on the browser part. Guys, now we are going to apple.com and we'll see the performance on both. As you can see, browsing can be a bit of pain when you click on the address bar and it doesn't load for about 5 seconds, but it's a rare issue that you can encounter. It's still good on the 4S. So heading over to the apple.com, as you can see the 7 Plus just kills every test on the this video, because after all it has been found the fastest phone right now. But the 4S is still not that bad, especially due to the age difference that's between these two. Now I'll be getting rid of the 7 Plus and focusing on the 4S here. Um, so the as you can see, the this is a filled phone. This is completely filled with apps. It has no storage available, but it's still performing good as to if we compare it to other Android phones, maybe because they start stuttering after a while. So opening normal apps would not be a pain to you if you can wait a bit and are not a heavy user. And it's still good. I'll still recommend it if you don't have much, you don't do much on your smartphone rather than just light gaming and using a few apps. It's still good, and especially because it retails for less than $150 currently, or approximately around 10,000 rupees in India, here in India. So but if you I have the Apple Watch with me here, and if you want to buy this in the future or are interested in variables generally, then don't buy the 4S, because it doesn't have an Apple Watch app that let me just bring my 7 Plus back and show you. Now, iPhones after iPhone 5 come with this watch app installed in them, and the 4S doesn't have that because it's dated. And also, I would like to mention here that the 4S will not be receiving any of the future updates from now on, and the last version that it was updated to was iOS 9. You will still have the support of Apple regarding any software issue, but it will not be officially updated to newer versions like the iOS 10 or iOS 11. So that pretty much wraps it up. If you are a light user and looking for a light phone, a cheap phone for you, or maybe you just want to give iOS a try before you jump in and buy the latest and greatest, the 4S would be a good option. Peace out. See you in the next video.